Good morning to my two peeps right now inside the chat. Got Ruski. We got Mel. The Melantastic. It took me a minute, Mel, but I finally read your name and I'm like, okay, I get it. I freaking get it. Um, and I do have a Boxing Day special. Okay. uh, I do have a I don't know, a profile picture or something. I'll change it to an audio avatar just so I can show it to you. But that'll be later. It's funny. I know you're gonna like it, but that's gonna be later because I have to like pick it out of a bunch of pictures. So it's gonna take me a minute, but once I do, you're gonna love it. Um, yeah, welcome back, guys. I was I'm collabing with another creator called White Rabbit, and hopefully if Danny shows up, she'll help me put it on the chat there. But White Rabbit is a content creator. He's not big. He's not huge. He does what he does, but he's usually following the stuff that I do, like talking about the same people, Kaiser and a couple other people that I'm not too fond of. But he uh, he creates good content. He creates good content, and he's been working on some things. He's been working on these awards. Now, I was thinking that he was just gonna do them, and they were just gonna be like something that was gonna happen right before the year ended. But this guy is actually following like the actual Oscars, and I gotta give it to him because that's commitment. That's commitment. If you're gonna actually put as many awards out there as the Oscar does on their show, and then you're gonna actually put the vote out there for people to vote on and stuff, and wait for everything to be done before you do it. That is a commitment that I, dude, wow, wow. But that's gonna be something that's gonna come up next year. Then he's committed to it, and I told him that I'd love to host it if it was possible, and I guess he's okay with it. Now, I'm not 100% sure if he's giving me the green light on that. He said that he's going to communicate with me, so hopefully we get to do it. But I'll give you guys an example of that in just a second, as far as like the type of awards that he's running, which is funny and fun. That's what I'm trying to move this channel along and be that. I will have an open panel in just a second. Don't know who's gonna want to come up, but that'll be in a minute. I just want to make a couple more announcements, and maybe talk about a couple of things real quick. Uh, I have. I'm hoping that everybody's having a great holidays season, good time vacation, all that stuff. I don't. What are, like in between this time, there's always that weird moment right between New Year's and Christmas that I always wonder, like, do you still have it off? Do you like go back to work? I mean, most people go back to work. Most people have to go back to work until um New Year's, and usually people don't have as much time as they do on Christmas as they do on New Year's. But I don't know. I like this is always funky time, right? It's like you don't know what's gonna happen, who's going where, what's what. Just hanging out, just hanging out. If you can hang out, if you can, that type of deal. And then okay, so where were we? Where was I at? Where was I? Okay, so you got Kaiser. Uh, we're not done with you, Kaiser. We're not done with you. I put up the Kaiser followers dilemma. Um, and like I said, this dude is of course he's gonna work a lot. He's gonna work a lot to make sure that he keeps his followers around these times, because this is the time when people are more empathetic, more more kind and stuff like that. People want to be more kind, especially like they see family, they hear stories about old friends and stuff like that, and so people get a little bit emotional, a little bit empathetic. This is the time when people like Kaiser will strike. You know, um, Kaiser obviously is, a like I said, a criminal of opportunity. He's going to look for a weak moment in people's lives to try to affect them. And so this is, everybody needs to be, a little bit on guard right now. They need to be watching out. Um, Also, I want to give, to people out there who are looking to invite people from Kaiser's community or whatever. Um, I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult, especially because sometimes they come in very defensive and stuff like that. Um, to kind of just like keep pushing the facts narrative, keep pushing the facts narrative, keep pushing the fact that things don't make sense when you add them up. Keep pushing, all the stuff about him lying over and over again. I did, Mel. I did. I did post it. Oh, you mean for today's live? Well, I don't do that. I don't do that very often, to be honest with you. I take it real easy when it comes to posting whether I'm gonna go live or not. I don't. I'm not. Like I said, I don't really care for unnatural things. Like if I'm on and you guys share, great. But I'm not like, I'm not trying to make artificial things happen. But if you want to share, please be my guest. I won't stop you. I will not stop you if you do that. I just I want my channel to have a natural curiosity to it. I don't want people to be enticed to see it. So if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't. But I appreciate you, Mel. I appreciate you for doing that. You're a good guy, man. So now, I just want to show a couple of examples of the awards that this guy White Rabbit is putting together, and after that, we'll open up the panel. Um, of course, if you guys are not into this stuff, if you're coming from Amy's Discord, or if you've never heard of this guy or whatever, I would listen up. And if you have questions, if you're coming from that side of the YouTube sphere and you don't know about Michael Kaiser, please ask questions. I will give you all the answers. I need to start posting links. Once you guys start asking me and this becomes a Kaiser live where you guys are hearing me talk about this, I will post more links to people that are doing good works against him. Um, yeah, so if you haven't heard, and if you've heard me on Shannon's, if you've heard me on Amy's or anybody else where I've talked about this guy is a piece of shit. He is a piece of work. Let me tell you guys. Hang on, let me pop this up real quick. Oh, by the way, ASAP Rocky. I wonder if did he go to jail already? I don't know. I know he was. I don't even know if he was. I know that he got in trouble for something, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. So let me. I know he had it up here somewhere. I love bad bitches. That's my fucking problem. Why do I like that stuff? I don't know. I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Not right. I like it though. I I don't know, man. You know, rap is so misogynistic, but I love it. I don't know. I kind of consider it like jokes, like like when they talk like that. I don't consider it, I don't consider it like these guys are being real. Damn it, where you at, the rabbit? I could go here. See, okay, okay. So basically, this is the type of stuff that he's doing right now. This is White Rabbit. White Rabbit is this guy right here. um, He can't. He is a local, but he's a little bit more serious than that, Mel. Reason being is that this guy's not only just your he's a local at a little bit of a height of his powers, and I don't and I hate saying stuff like that. You know, like the guy has powers. He's kind of like a cult leader in a sense, man. He's done some terrible stuff. Um, if I could run it down for you real fast, the guy is a stolen valor case. He said that he was this army guy who did all this stuff, right? And really, he didn't pass basic training twice, which is terrible. Um, he also and he claims like crazy like stuff, like real crazy stuff, that he was an army ranger, and that he did drug suppression and all this stuff. And he says it all because he's in this like anti-auditor community where people speak out against, people who like go up against cops or whatever, and he pretends he's this big bootlicker, right, who like just like loves cops and everything. And he's like, oh, I'm a cops can't do anything wrong or whatever. And you know what's funny is that nobody who who does those, like who really does care about that stuff, ever is a complete and utter bootlicker. Like they really care about good and bad cops. They really do. Even like there's this guy called MSG Retired who has been following him over the stolen valor stuff, but will tell you himself that he hates bad cops and he's like all about like going after them. But this guy Kiser just like acts like, oh, the cops can't do anything wrong. But what's even more hilarious about that is that he acts like cops can't do nothing wrong, right? So it just goes to show his grift. It goes to show how much he lies. Is that he doesn't care. He talks about his criminal past like if it was like years and years and years ago, but it wasn't years and years and years ago. It was like only a year ago, the last time he got 5 felony charges put to his name. Not only that, but he was indicted for murder. He apparently got into a situation where he burglarized somebody's house. Now, whether or not this was done because the guy surprised him or because he wanted to, uh, there was a real army, excuse me, a real Marine veteran, disabled Marine veteran, inside of the house when he burglarized it. Then he shoots the guy. He shoots the guy execution style, and then takes off for what? And let me just if you guys don't know this story, he shoots the guy for his PS3 and his gun. That's it. He runs away and he goes back to his house. This guy that he robbed from was basically his neighbor, like oh, not his like next door neighbor, but down the block neighbor. Yeah, exactly. And then he after he murders the dude, right? After he murders the dude, runs away, he he goes back, and this is how they knew that he was involved, because not only did they find the poor dead man's PlayStation 3 on him, but the dumbass decides to connect to his Wi-Fi from the man's PS3. So he not only does this guy have no shame in killing a man for his PS3, he takes it back to his house and connects it to his family's Wi-Fi. Let that soak in for just a second. If you haven't heard that story, let that soak in just for a second. Now, his followers, his community, the people that are sucking him off right now, and you know what? I've tried challenging them and talking to them and everything. Um, they keep making these defenses like he got charged, but he he got his charges were dismissed, or he likes to say that I was dismissed of all charges or whatever. But this is not like a acquittal, right? Because dismissal doesn't mean you were acquitted by the law. It just means that something went wrong in the system or whatever. And that's the way our system works. Like I've said before, our system is not perfect. It's not a great system. But then again, which one is? What is a perfect system, right? What is a perfect system? Hey, right on, man. Oh, Viva Mexico, my friend. I'm glad you're here, dude. Uh, right on. I'm talking about. I'm talking. Of course, I'm giving people updates on Kaiser and stuff like that. But as a thing for what my upcoming year, because I did want to talk about some stuff that's coming upcoming. I did want to do something with you, pal. I did want to do something with you. I know that you're retiring soon, and I'd love to have you on so we could have a discussion about making pizzas. um, I really do want to talk to you about making pizzas, bro, because I've literally, that's one of the things that has escaped me, as far as like making them and stuff, and I really want to learn how to make one. I want to learn how to make one the right way, not these microwave stuffs. I want to make one from scratch, so I really want to talk to you about that. Plus, I want to talk to you about being a person who swims upstream. It's something that I want to talk about. Is people who swim upstream. You're a great guy, and I think you're a lovely person. So I'd love to talk to you about a bunch of different things. But those are my two main topics, and with you, and I hope that you can come on and we can have a great discussion, because you sir are one of the most interesting people I've met on here, and one of the kindest people I've met on here, by the way. Accepting. You've been fun and interesting, and everywhere you go, I only have fun things to say about you. But thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully, we can work something out on that. Oh yeah, yeah, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Mel. I'm glad you know that, Mel. I'm glad you know that. Some people automatically, say a dismissal is like an acquittal. It's not. It's not an acquittal. And this guy was indicted by a grand jury. Not like this wasn't just a prosecutor. He'll try to make it seem like it was just a prosecutor going after him, or it was dirty politics or whatever, right? But you don't get indicted by 12 people. A grand jury is not is not just anybody. It's 12 people who get into a room. They make a decision, and they make a decision whether to indict you or not indict you. And I think that has to be unanimous too. I don't think you could just have one of them say no. They all have to say yes, and they all did, and they indicted them. Now the paperwork got messed up somewhere along the way. If you hear the story, you'll find out. And maybe I'll put somebody's video here that works out. Um I don't know if it's going to be okay with. I'm sure it'll be okay with them because they like sharing the information. So maybe I'll put it up, or maybe I'll put up the link for y'all to see it. Like I said, more eyes is better. I like to see all the eyes on this case, and I like to see people who are willing to take up the mantle of going after this guy, because he's a piece of fucking shit. Yeah, exactly right, son. It was an error. It was an error. Yeah, yes, it was a clerical error, and so they dismiss his charges. Now, he's swimming on the fact that people, they haven't re-indicted him, or they haven't re-put up his charges. Now, I can't tell you for what the justice systems on what they're going to do with that. The wheels of justice turn slowly. They get there. They get there. I've seen enough. I've seen enough true crime and criminal cases that I know that eventually we will get there. We will get there. I have all the trust in the world that we will get to the point where this guy's going to be indicted again, and he's going to face these charges again. And the more people we have on it, the more eyes we have, the more outrageous feelings we have over it. People will put pressure on that DA to you know, make these charges come out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The DA wanted to charge this guy not only with murder, but he wanted the death sentence for him. So that's that means a lot. That means a lot. It means that people see how callous he is, how bad he is, how much of a terrible person he is, that they wanted to sentence him to death. And then this guy comes on to the anti-auditor community, and he comes in and he acts like he's this. Not only does he not only say the right, like is not honest about he's not honest about the stuff. Yes, exactly. Yes, 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 yes. That is absolutely correct. They did not inform the charges correctly, and so they dismissed them in order to recharge them. Now, what is the strategy of the prosecutor? Don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what are they deciding or what they're trying to do. I wish I could. I wish I could tell you. You would have to look at other people who have law degrees, such as Merbeast. He's somebody in that sphere who likes to look up court cases and stuff like that. So he would be somebody that I would look at if you wanted to find out. You go ask him, like if he could look up any kind of documentation and go over it. That'd be great. But it's just it's something that it's not exactly what he says, but this is what this guy does. What he does is that he takes little bits of truth, and he sprinkles in his own bullshit in there, so like that he messes with people's minds. And that's his way of doing things. He gets in there, and he'll mess around with the truth a little bit, just like he did go to basic training. Now a lot of his followers would defend him, saying, oh, well, he went to basic training, so I guess he is a veteran, or he has disability from the VA, so that means he is a veteran or whatever. And it's like, no, no, no. He went to boot camp, and he failed, not once, but twice. He failed not once, but twice. And then after he failed, I don't know how he did this. Maybe he lied. We don't know. Like I said, we're still trying to find out information. I know that this guy got some sort of letter from the VA saying he got 40%. Now he hangs his hat on that. He hangs his head on this 40% rating of disability from the VA. What does that mean exactly? I'm not sure, because I'm not sure. I barely found out what you need to do to get disability. I didn't know that you could get disability before, like, you were actually, even retired or anything like that. I thought Social Security disability was something you only get when you're retired, or you're about to be, or something. Like, I'm barely figuring that stuff out. This guy, he has some sort of VA rating on his disability because he got hurt somehow while he was in boot camp. Now, whether or not he's still collecting on that, I don't know. I don't know. He pulled out some letter that looked like he made it at a Staples or something. He just, like, wrote it out, and they printed it out for him or whatever. He can't even be bothered not to fold it up, because he folded it up and made it look all dumb. And then he adds like a bunch of stuff, and people are trying to suss it out. And it doesn't mean that he's still collecting on it. He could not be, and he's just hanging his hat on it, calling himself a veteran, because that's his big thing. When everybody knows, if you've been in the military, you show your DD-214. Like I've said before, for all the veterans out there, the DD-214 is like, here's my dick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna whip out my dick. Here it is. That's the DD-214. The DD-214 is your big dick contest for all the military people out there. Whenever you wanna ask a military person if they can show you a little proof, you don't have to really show them proof. You just gotta tell them, like, hey, hey, is it cool if I see your DD-214? Now, to some, it's a sacred thing. To some, it's a sacred thing. They won't do it because they don't feel like they have anything to prove. Now, I get that. I get that. I'm not gonna say that's. I'm not a veteran. I will not question the motives of a veteran if they don't want to show it. Now, there's ways of sussing it out. That's why I'm trying to get these veterans together so they can help me with that, and like that we can kind of suss it out from people who are trying to steal valor, who are trying to be fake about it. But the DD-214 is the big thing. Now, this guy says he has nothing to prove. He has nothing to prove. Yes, rest in peace, Donald Atwater Cameron. That is the man that this guy Michael Kiser murdered. Uh, allegedly, right? If I want to be very technical with it, but then again, like I said, I'm a layman. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a police officer. Uh, my word doesn't carry any weight. So when I say that he murdered him, this is my opinion. So don't you don't have to take my word for it, but I'm just saying a lot of the evidence points to it. And if you look at it closely, if you look at the case closely, you'll see that it's something that's going on. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right on. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do something here. And this like I said, this stuff that I posted that I'm putting up right now, this is from White Rabbit. This is the awards that he's doing, and I'll explain more of that a little later. But right now, since I'm on this tangent, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna show somebody's video on this. Now, this young lady, her name is Shiz, and she's in the community. She's a polarizing figure, very strong girl excuse me, strong woman who goes after people, and she has a lot of enemies. She has a lot of enemies. Not a lie, but she put something together that's really good about this case in particular that I believe is one of the best things I can put out as far as information. Now, Mel, I don't know if you're still here. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but if you can grab anybody who's who's interested in this, I'm about to play her video. This video is very important because it's very informative. It's very informative as far as like oop, what the heck's going on here? When it pop up, there you go. Okay, so this video. Uh, yeah. Wow, that's cool. Good thing to put that up there. Okay, cool. Okay. Uh, oh no, wait a minute. I think this is not the video that I. Or is this the one? No, no, no. This ain't the one. Hold up. Hold up. It's not this one. That's like an updated one. That's like an update. Da. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, now I found it. Okay. Okay, so this video this video is put together by Shiz Happens. Her let me put her link on the I'll put the link to her channel. I'll put the link to her channel after the thing is done on the chat. She put this together, and this is the most information, up to date information I could tell you for this case and this guy. Okay, so if you could do me a favor, Mel, I'll give you like a minute. Uh, if you could post something on Amy's Discord, if anybody wants to get any information about this guy, this is the info right here. This is the really good info right here. I'm gonna share this, and then after this, I'll post Shiz's link up, and then I want everybody to go over there and watch the stuff that she puts up against this guy, because like I said, this dude is bad. This dude is very, very, very bad news, and we need people to go, to fire back against him, or at least speak out and share his story, because if we don't share this guy's stories, people will never be informed. Like, people keep coming into my community, keep coming in, and what they do is that they follow this guy because he says things like auditors are bad, and and doing that stuff, he's able to garner an audience because people come in angry with auditors with the way that they act. Now, in some cases, it's warranted because they are, some of them are very terrible at what they do. And in other cases, like he's just being hyperbolic because it's like, oh, all of them are this and all of them are that. It's like not all of them are as terrible as some of the worst cases, but that's everything, right? And everything there's terrible people, and everything there's terrible people who do things. I always point to that example of himself, who is in the community of people who are trying to call people out, but he is one of the worst people in the world. I mean, you want to talk about the example of pointing the finger, having three pointing back at you. This guy has all 10 fingers pointing back at him. He can't even point a finger because he's got so many bad things happening. Now, Mel, I hope that you put an announcement out there and people are out there. Um, I'll give it one more minute and then I'll push play on this video. Like I said, this video is from the content creator called Shiz. Shiz Happens. Her channel's about true crime, and she likes to report on people who are in open case scenarios and stuff like that. She does a lot of information searching. She's very good at that. And so she put this video together from all the information. Now, you guys will see my old style, because I do come out in this because I was one of the first people to expose him. And so you'll see him, you'll see my channel, you'll see the old way I used to run my channel, because he actually came on my channel and told all these stories, and now he acts like I am some sort of like jealous person of him or something like that, when I'm by no means. I could care less about him. I thought the guy was boring. I thought he sucked as a content creator. The only reason why he got boosted was because another big channel boosted him and promoted him early on, not knowing what he was. Now that channel has since denounced him, said that they made a mistake by promoting him, but too late, I guess, because it's like the ball got rolling already. The guy was close to like 4,000 subs at the time and has grown ever since to 5,000. Now, do I care whether he grows or not? No, I don't care. The thing is that I want people to be informed. I want people to know what's going on with this guy. So now I'm going to push play on this video. Like I said, I will link his channel on here, and I want everybody to see this video from beginning to end. So if you don't know about Michael Kiser, and remind me, Mel, to post this on Amy's Discord as well, so that they get an idea of what's going on. But here we go, okay? I'm going to play it. It's 10 minutes. I won't interrupt it. Yeah, I'm going to play the actual whole video as itself. Shiz, I believe she won't strike me for this, and she's a decent person, and I'm sure she wants the information to get out there. So here we go. 10 minutes. Thank you. Just 1 second. Here we go.
For many, YouTube serves as an escape from the darkness of reality. Yet sometimes YouTube unwittingly exposes people's degeneracy. One YouTube creator's shadowy secrets recently unraveled right before our very eyes. This is the story of Michael Kiser, also known as Fraud Wrangler. Fraud Wrangler entered the YouTube anti-auditor scene earlier this year, appearing on open panels and often discussing his military service.
I mean, I'm fourth straight generation U.S. military, and I love this country, and I love what our country stands for, because we are a nation of laws. You know, I never had a problem telling everybody on a chat, in a live, that I have PTSD. I have been injured. I've had 9 surgeries, 2 gunshot wounds, and I still have frag next to my spine. And all of that was pretty much pale in comparison to what was going on in my head. I had several guys over the years that were from Alabama that, were assigned under me. And I'm going to tell you what, they were some of the best damn soldiers I've ever commanded.
Where did you get your law degree, bud?
University of Texas.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Really?
I doubt that.
Because what started off getting my blood pressure and my PTSD going was I've been shot twice. I've got some frag in my back, and I've had 9 goddamn surgeries. And dickhead, I didn't retire. I was medically boarded out after enough to earn myself 2 Purple Hearts and 3 tours. So. What makes you think you have the right to question me about my service when you didn't serve? I didn't serve for you. I served for me, my family, and my flag.
He soon became a friend to many and carried on the image of being a wholesome good guy, often discussing being a military veteran and sharing stories of his now seemingly fictitious child.
To fire the gentleman in me up, and it reminds me that I have a daughter.
After a fleeting taste of minor YouTube success, his lives began to crumble around him, possibly resembling the closest thing to a war zone that man has ever seen. Channels such as Master Sergeant Retired and Stone Vet began exposing that the military stories Fraud Wrangler had used to gain the respect of his following were a lie. According to military documents obtained by Master Sergeant Retired, it appears Michael Kiser had been medicaled out before ever completing boot camp.
So, through another Freedom of Information Act request to the National Guard, they actually provided me a copy of his U.S. Army Reserve DD-214, and I have that here. He had a total period of service, or a net active service this period, 1 month and 5 days.
Well, the record in ATARS is actually very specific, and it says that Wrangler did not graduate basic training twice. He got pushed out for medical reasons.
Among an onslaught of criticisms of his now debunked war stories, people began addressing his unsubstantiated claims of donating the money he was making from his YouTube channel to veterans charities.
Anything that I get from you all is going to go to something very, very worthy. Like it'll be veteran related charity.
He did not handle the criticism well, making statements that directly went against his prior claims while lashing out at quote-unquote haters and blaming others for his sketchy past and present behavior being exposed.
And again, I don't have a Purple Heart. I was medically boarded out after enough to earn myself 2 Purple Hearts and 3 tours. So okay, well, I doubt that you've ever gotten laid by something that didn't involve a date rape joke, but that's not the point. But haters won't let me. I don't know why they're getting so pissed off. Because we are a nation of laws.
While dealing with the backlash, Kiser had another obstacle to overcome. His criminal history had piqued my interest. Kiser's criminal history outlines over a decade of burglaries and thefts in typical pillbilly fashion. His litany of arrests includes 5 open cases relating to the burglary of his place of employment in 2022. Well, former place of employment now. His record reveals an exorbitant level of entitlement to other people's property and apparently a lack of care or concern for other people's lives.
I want to tell you, all of you, I've been shot at, I've been shot, I've returned fire, I've killed.
Michael Kiser, or Fraud Wrangler, remains to this day the only suspect in the senseless and tragic murder of Donald Cameron Jr.
Just know the murder case is not going to paint me in a very pretty light. It's not. That murder case did not paint me in a very pretty light. It didn't, in any regard. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant.
Donald Cameron was a dad, a son, a brother, and a friend to many. In his free time, he loved going out on his pontoon boat and riding his motorcycle with the Patriot Guard riders. Donald Cameron Jr. served his country for 4 years with the Marine Corps before medically retiring due to a diagnosis of Rider's syndrome. His condition required multiple surgeries on his feet and left him mobility impaired. The Cameron family alerted police after Donald had failed to call or arrive for the family's Christmas gathering. His body was discovered in his Ohatchee, Alabama home on December 26, 2009. He was shot execution style in his living room. While Donald laid lifeless on the floor, his soulless killer, utilizing a homemade silencer, administered a second shot to the back of Donald Cameron's head. Along with his life, Donald's PlayStation 3 and firearms were also stolen. His PlayStation 3 had apparently connected to the Kiser family Wi-Fi network before Donald's body had been discovered, and was later recovered from Michael Kiser's possession. Along with the PlayStation, a book on how to make homemade silencers was seized as evidence. Michael Kiser was eventually charged with capital murder in the death of Mr. Cameron. Court documents from the case reveal that Kiser had a history of stealing firearms. The documents also list a means of disposal, which was described to the victim's family at the time as him selling the pilfered firearms to area pawn shops. The case sadly was dismissed prior to trial due to an error in wording on the indictment, which is outlined in the state's motion to reconsider dismissal with prejudice, a motion that was granted. "23 words stalled the ability for justice to be served for Donald Cameron." Due to the case being dismissed without prejudice, there is still some glimmer of hope that justice can be served for Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. Much to the dismay of the Cameron family, Mr. Kiser is on YouTube, masquerading as fraud at Wrangler and being blindly supported by people who have no idea just what kind of monster he really is. I hope this serves as a cautionary tale. That creator you're supporting may just be part of the evil walking among us. I am including contact information for anyone who feels compelled to voice their desire for justice in the murder of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. Stay smart and be good.
I was muted there. Oh, so okay, so that was Shiz Happens, and I put her link on the site chat. So anybody who's interested in subbing and seeing that video for yourself, go to now. The only reason why I played the whole thing through right now is because I want everybody who's brand new to this, any new eyes that are seeing this, to see the whole thing, to know the whole information, because I believe it is knowing the whole information that's going to get you interested in what this guy is doing. Now, if you have not subbed, the channel link will be on the side chat, and I'll put it in the description a little later. Of course, can't do it now, but I'll make sure that I add Shiz's description of her channel on there, so you guys can see this video. You can see the information that she's putting out now. Of course, she and another content creator named Wally, who I'll put the description of his channel as well, have gone out of their way to find information on this guy, and they're fighting the good fight. They are pushing forward and trying to get as much information on this guy as possible, so that we have new details not only about his crimes, but about things that have happened in his past that show him to be the shady character that he is. Now, most of us, who have dealt with him, kind of feel like it's been enough for anybody to like call this guy out, because there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information out there as far as him being a liar, because he came on my panel and said he was this military dude, and he was all this and that, right? And it's been exposed that he's not a military dude. He got booted out of basic training twice So there's no way you can be a veteran. Now, for the people who say, well, he went to basic training, that should make him a veteran. No, because I could go and try out for the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow. It doesn't mean that I'm a Philadelphia Eagle if I didn't make the team. So just that's just for people who have that kind of logic. Because I can there are open tryouts for the Lakers in El Segundo. If anybody wants to go and try out for the Lakers, doesn't mean you're a Laker because you went to go try out for them. It means that you went to go try out for them. That's it. So this guy went to go try out for the army, for the military, and was not accepted. That doesn't mean he's a veteran, especially not a combat veteran, which is what he came in saying that he was. He said he was a disabled combat veteran. Now, who was a disabled combat veteran? Daniel Atwater Jr. Daniel Atwater Cameron Jr., excuse me. He was an Army, excuse me, a Marine veteran. And as you can see, he was murdered in cold blood by one Michael Kiser. Now, like I said, the charges were dismissed for a clerical error. And we don't know exactly when these charges are going to be pressed again. They can be pressed at any time. Murder does not have a statute of limitation. Just so everybody understands that. There is no statute of limitation on a murder. So they might be crossing their T's, dotting their I's. It's how the justice system works. And if you're the only suspect, trust me that they will come after you. And so yeah, we're speaking out against this guy. This guy, if you guys heard it, again, I will not direct anybody to his channel. I will not contribute to that part. I will direct people to Shiz. I will direct people to Stone Vet. These are people who are speaking out against him and who have information, who are getting information, who are getting good information. And my channel is mostly about, hanging out, about talking about this stuff, going back and reviewing it and stuff. So I'm not in the forefront of putting this information out. I will help you guys find the channels that have this information. So again, this is me helping out by pushing out all the information that has been put on him. Shiz would be the best, who has all the criminal stuff. I would put more links for like MSG Retired. He is somebody who's looking at his military service and whether or not he looks for stolen valor cases. So that's everything so far up to date with Michael Kiser. If you guys want to see him as a locale, please, by all means, put attention to him. That's gonna shame people for going over there and supporting him. He's not, I don't really like the whole hate watching stuff. You know what I mean? Because I think that some people feed off of that. Some people feed off the hate watching and stuff. Like they like people to watch them just to, because they know that they hate them and stuff, and so they say egregious things. And I think this guy's very much aware of that. Oh yes, good. Yeah, Mel. Exactly. This guy is a horror cow, not a low cow, a horror cow. This guy's a horrible person. Horrible. Absolutely, Mel. That is a great way of putting it, Mel. Good job, man. A horror cow. Exactly. That's what he is. Now, now that I'm an hour in, I'm gonna go ahead and post the StreamYards link for anybody who wants to come up. Again, I don't care. I don't care if you try to porn about me. It's not gonna like really hurt me in any kind of way. I'll just remove you. And you don't want to be in. I will remove you, and you'll never see yourself on here again. So if you want to come up, if you want to have a conversation about this, please be my guest. Again, I started by talking about White Rabbit and his award ceremony, which I can't wait to get to working on. And then we have, again, the stuff with Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. Rest in peace. I mean, it's another year of that family not having their military veteran, their real disabled military veteran. Another Christmas that they have to, remember this horrible thing that happened to their family. So exactly, exactly. I, yeah. Since when is the truth irrelevant? Yes, exactly. Uh, yeah, and this is why I want people to pay attention to it. This is why I want people to pay attention to it. It's important. This stuff is important. This is real. This guy is a terrible person, and he tricked a lot of people. Where these people who follow him don't think that we're empathetic towards them. It's like we were in your shoes. We were in your shoes. We were there. We this guy tricked everybody. He lied to everybody. Um, so the link is on there for anybody who wants to join. Um, he like I said, he did trick everybody. He made us believe that he was this guy who was a military dude who was like a Rambo, I guess, in a sense, you know. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna leave the link up there for anybody who wants to join. Uh, I'm sorry if I sorry if I took a little longer than I wanted to. I was, of course, going through all the stuff, and I think it's important. I think it's important that the information get out there. You guys should know what this guy did. You guys should know what this guy did, and so that's why I put that out there. Um, I don't know if anybody wants to join, but yeah. So this is that's the case. I hope how people have been listening and paying attention. Um, I hope this brings more eyes to it. Uh, Remember, like I said, his we don't want to support his channel. I don't want people to go over there and subscribe to him and start hate watching him. You guys can watch these channels like Stone Vet, Shiz Happens, Wally, um, Master Sergeant Retired. You can watch all of these channels. They're all putting out information on them, and he'll he'll tell you things. He'll tell you things like what's up, Mel? He'll
Yeah,
tell
buddy.
Hey, bud, he'll tell you things like oh, the haters and all that stuff or whatever, right? Oh, like they're just coming after me for X reason or whatever reason he wants to put out there. It's not it'll never be because he's a liar, which he is. It'll never be because he just goes ahead and says things that are not true, which he does. It's always going to be because there are haters, and it's like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Plain and simple. Do you have birds?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. I have. Yeah, like usually when we talk at night, the birds are all asleep, so you don't hear anything. But yeah, in the morning they're all super loud, and they love hearing conversation, so they'll be loud.
Well, I'm glad they're getting the information on this guy.
Yeah. Yo, man,
So
I
what do you
can't
think?
believe that I've never heard of this guy until today.
Well,
And
he likes to pretend he's this like, oh, this god to the YouTube, right? And
yeah,
he barely got 5,000 subscribers. Now, of course, in comparison to a channel like mine, he's got a lot of subs, right?
yeah,
But there is a theory that he's buying them, and there is a theory that he's buying views. I'm not 100% sure because I don't know how that works. I've asked people to explain it to me, and I understand how it works, but it's just like, why? You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like I want my channel to grow naturally. I want things to happen naturally. I don't want to be. As a matter of fact, like as far as promotion goes, I want that to happen naturally too. Like I don't want to be the one who shares it. Like there's people who when they're doing their channel, they'll share it amongst like different. They'll get on like 100 different discords, right?
yeah,
Just so they can share their channel. Now I don't want to do that. I want to have like say if I'm like in Amy's Discord because I like Amy and Amy's cool with me. I
yeah.
like to share it on there because I like people there, But I'm not trying to get into 100 different Discords just to share my channel and never get on those Discords ever again.
Oh yeah, by
Like
the way, yeah, I just want
yeah.
to tell you that I shared all the stuff that you posted on Amy's Discord just because I know that there are probably some people out there who are interested in it, and they probably want to know. And but at the same time, this is a really messed up guy. I mean, okay, let's forget about stolen valor. Let's just put that aside. The guy is what a lifelong criminal who commits B&E,
Mhm.
and then he's a murderer on top of that, and then I mean, and then you can say, like, that's fucking terrible enough on its own, and then on top of that, he's going around trying to sell himself as something else. Oh yeah, and fraud, fucking
Yeah.
fraudster as well. I mean, this guy's like speed running his life to be like a shitty human being as soon as possible.
That's right. That's right, Mel. That is you know what? And this is why I like you, man. You're really you've got a good focus as far as like, how you see things. And yes, he is speed running his criminal activity. Like it really is. He's like looking for the record of the worst things you can do back to back to back, man. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And the thing is that like he lies constantly, right? He lies constantly, and there's video evidence of him lying consistently throughout a year, and people and people still want to defend this guy. They still want to defend him. Like he has created, and the funny thing is that he's kind of leaned into it, and I give him credit for that. I will give him credit. He is a good manipulator. He
Yeah.
is a good manipulator. And then again, what criminal isn't, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so they've since told him that he's running what we like to consider a cult, right? Of
Yeah.
course, it's not a real cult. Of course, we don't really believe that. It's a joke that we made amongst ourselves. But he's leaned into it and said, "Oh yes," and he calls his followers cult members. That should be a
Okay.
super red flag for anybody
Exactly.
who's in there. But again, like I said, there are people who are still defending him. They will come to my channel, they will come to Shiz's channel, they will come to Stone Vet's channel, and they will say things like, "Well, what information do you get? Has he been indicted? And he went to basic training, so why are you saying that he's not a veteran?" It's like, oh
That's
my
stupid.
goodness.
Like, there's thousands of people who go to basic training and fail out.
Thank you, man.
That doesn't make them soldiers. Like,
Exactly.
it's I find it so stupid because I wrote earlier that it's like we care about facts and truth, but they're idiots who will completely ignore everything just because they seem to like the dude, or his lies have just put him in a comforting little bubble and they like to listen to him. It's like you gotta separate the personality versus the crimes, or versus the personality versus their actions.
Yes.
And you can like somebody, but you can also say that, yeah, I like this guy because he has lovely personality, but he's an awful human being.
Yes.
Instead
Yes.
of saying like, oh, I support him because I like his personality. Yeah, but he's a piece of shit.
Yes.
Even
Wow,
if you forget the murder, he's still a piece of shit.
exactly. You see, guys, Mel's not even from here.
Yeah, no, I just woke up early today and I was like, oh, Yeri's on. Let's go investigate. And I was just like, what the fuck is this garbage?
Right, exactly, dude. Exactly. This is the type of reaction that I expect from people when they see the information. I'm not. The thing is that you see how I didn't coerce you into it, right? I didn't sit here and tell you, this and that, and that's how you made your decision. I put a subjective video, right, with
Yeah.
information on it, and you come to your own conclusion. And that's the thing, is that a neutral person, when seeing this, will understand all the wrong things about this guy. The thing is that he's been involved in this community that I've been involved with, and
Yeah.
what he's done is that he's garnered some feelings from people because they believe that the people that he's speaking out against are worse than him. Now,
Oh wait, just one second. Just 1 second. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just want to read some comments because killing time passing through wrote, please protect yourself until convicted. He's allegedly a murderer. So allegedly, thank you. And
well,
also, right on wrote, he staged a break-in at his wife's home. I'm tempted. In an attempt to scare her so she wouldn't throw him out, he shot himself and blamed a black guy. Wow, what a classy guy. Even his
right.
personality is vile. I love these guys, your comments, because these guys are all on points, keeping us on track. Sorry,
Well,
now please continue
well,
with your stuff.
Sure. Yeah. No. And I'm a part of them. I'm a part of these people. Like, my 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 channel is a celebration of people that are in the chat. It when I started off, I wanted to really speak out against a certain person that was on that was coming on and saying things that I thought weren't true. But then later on, like I realized, I didn't want to speak out on people's experiences because I realized that everybody has their own experiences when it comes to police and stuff like that. And
Yeah, that's
you can't just speak from everybody's experiences. So I wanted to say, I want to speak my truth, but then things happened, and I'll explain more of that. There's a lot of that stuff in my content if people want to go back and see old videos and stuff, because there's a lot of that, and you'll get a lot of the history because I'm very open about the things that have happened in my, as far as my channel is concerned. But when it comes to the chat, the liveliest chats that you'll ever see are about this guy. And if you go to, like I said, the channel Stone Vet, if you go to the channel of MSG Retired and Shiz Happens, you'll see all these lovely people in those chats, and you'll see how on point all of these people are. Just like you're a very sharp guy, Mel. You're a very
no,
sharp guy, and
thank
I would like you to join this community and this fight. If you sub to all those channels, when you get on the chat, you'll see how well informed all these people are,
yeah.
how smart they are, and how witty they are. Because they all talk about it. All the content creators in this, fight against Kaiser will say it. These guys are some of the smartest and funniest people you'll ever meet.
Oh
Great
yeah,
people.
no, I'm definitely gonna check out, because when you were talking about Michael Kiser, I googled him and I couldn't find anything, and then I realized that his spelling of Kaiser is kind of a shitty spelling. It's not the German spelling. So then when I wrote that in, I saw a lot of shit about him, and it was about that retired guy who you said, and the video came up for like an hour and 13 minutes, and then a lot of different stuff, and I was like, oh, there are communities out there which are posting stuff about this. It's just I had no clue because I don't live in America. But oh yeah, and the other thing you said about earlier about bad cops and good cops. Look, man, even good cops hate bad cops because they make them look bad.
Thank you,
Like
Mel.
like there are people out there who hate bad cops because in their community or their communities they have been treated shit by cops, and that's like when I was younger I doubted that because no cop gave me shit, but I didn't live in the community where where people were shat on, and I actually had a fight with my friend, and then later on, like 6 7 months later, I apologized to him because I was like, yo man, I learned some shit and that shit opened my eyes. I'm so sorry that I fucking called you out and I got mad at you because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
It's like like if you think that shit like this doesn't exist, then just watch stuff about good cops and dirty cops and shit like that, and then you will realize that every community, even if it's not talked about that much, has good cops and dirty cops incidents. It's just that good cops are always shown in a good light, but they don't talk about dirty cops, which they should, because
Well, lately, this is why I wanted to start my channel, because lately in America, specifically in America, the pendulum swung towards people being too anti like cop, and like going after cops because there was some corruption that was being exposed. Now,
yeah,
of course, there's always some, and there's always but in the grand majority of cops do have it does take a certain personality to want to become a cop in the first place.
yeah,
So people got to understand that that's already a different type of personality as is. So I mean, is in the dynamics of people who want to be, like, I look at it like, if you want to look at it in the sense of, like, say, like D&D, right?
yeah.
It takes somebody who's gonna be like good, like chaotic good, you know what I mean, like that, really, like that high level of good.
No, sorry, lawful good, like
Lawful
paladin
good. There you
shit.
go. I was trying
Yeah,
to remember. It takes that lawful good, right? But
yeah,
to contrast, right? There's that unlawful, like
yeah.
evil, right?
Unlawful good or chaotic
Chaotic
bad,
evil.
which
Yeah.
yeah, it's like the personalities that want to become cops are like, I want to protect people, I want to uphold the law, I want to help society, and then there's shitty people. Yo, my birds are going crazy. Sorry.
Oh yeah, because they're just like Cook, Mel. Cook.
Yeah, they're just like, yo, I'm fucking pissed off at this motherfucker. And then yeah, like, and then there are people who are bullies who want to become cop because they want to abuse power. But it's like, hopefully there are a lot more good cops than there are bad cops,
Right.
and
Right.
bad cops are weeded out because bad cops are making a lot of people look bad. But like you said, yeah, like pendulum does swing where a lot of cops get hated on, and then there's unnecessary amount of cop loving even when there are crimes coming out of dirty
Yes.
cops. And it's like, yo, can't you just look at the facts on the story and be like, this guy's dirty versus this guy's good, instead
Yeah.
of just swinging the whole pendulum left or right and going, oh, I hate everybody, oh, I love everybody. It's like, you don't have to swing with the pendulum. You can say that I hate this guy, I like this guy.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Wow, and again, you see how I love that you're up here, and I love that that we're talking about this, because this is what I'm saying. Neutral eyes, when they get the information, know how to suss it out. And for the people who follow Kaiser, who've been following him religiously, and that's exactly how you've been following him, I want you guys to listen to somebody who's looked at this objectively, has no information, has never dealt with Kaiser, has never been with Kaiser, doesn't know a thing about him, hardly knows a thing about me, right? Because we just met, right, Mel? We haven't. It's like our interactions have been very limited to the panels that I've been on. Now, of course,
Oh yeah.
we've hung
Like,
out and
I've
stuff like
probably
that.
known I've probably known you for like a week or so, but then it's just like late at night when we're just bullshitting around, and
Right.
it's like, we're just
Exactly.
doing stupid shit. We're not like talking like real stuff.
Right, exactly. I haven't really, like, I don't go in there and start telling everybody, hey, everybody, look at Michael Kiser, right? I've explained what my channel is about, and that's it. And now that you see the information, I've allowed you to come up with your own judgment. This is all Mel getting the information subjectively, right?
Yep.
Sussing it out in his head and figuring it out. For the followers that come in defending him and coming in always with a defense, this is how you need to look at the information.
No,
Stop looking at it with your
sorry.
bias.
Yeah.
Stop looking at it with your bias, because if you look at it with your bias, you're always going to find a defense for him. There
Plus,
is no defense for the stuff that he's doing. Go ahead.
sorry. Plus, I love the fact that how this lady Shiz, what was her name? Shiz something.
Shiz Happens is the name of her channel.
Yeah,
She goes by Shiz.
Okay. Provided receipts, especially when he is like, "Oh, I never said I don't have purple hearts," and then he's talking about purple hearts, or when she's talking about, "Oh, he's got a criminal record," and then you're showing stuff. It's like there is subjective stuff there to tell you what's going on, to back up the stories. It's not like it's her word against his word. There is proof there to back it up, to be like, listen, like, this guy's a shithead, and let me show you the ways.
Right. Yes. And her, that video, and just so you understand, it has been a collective effort between like 5 channels. My channel wasn't exclusively involved. I even don't even like to put myself in that realm of getting information out about him, because all I really did was allow people to get a video where he's lying openly, and let them use that as part of the facts that this guy is a liar, because he came on my panel, and just like somebody, I met him only like about a week or whatever, and he made himself out to be this military vet, and so I allowed him to come on my panel, and he let loose about all that stuff. I never coerced him to say those things. I didn't ask him to say anything about those things. He said it on his own, and so I put the video out so that own vet and everybody else could suss them out. But like, this was a collective effort from, like I said, 4 or 5 different channels who put this stuff together. And Shiz, I believe that video is probably one of the best videos where you'll get most of the information. Now, she went out of her way to collect the police reports. She went out of her way to find out a lot about the criminal history. So I would say that's her realm. Then you got MSG Retired and Stone Vet, who went after him for his stolen valor and put it all together, and they made this wonderful case, put in a wonderful video by Shiz. And that's where this video comes from. So it is a very collective effort, and you're right that she's put out a lot of receipts as far as like, and that's her community. That's the thing that she does. She's all about receipts. She's all about putting stuff out there, informative, but also not misleading and not just objective information that you can dismiss and wave off. And I've said this before. I don't like to talk about things that I don't have complete information. Now, I do need to do a better job of posting links and stuff like that, because sometimes when I talk about stuff, I forget to post links. So I do need to get better at that, so people can slap me around for that. But other than that, it's like I will not talk about it unless I'm absolutely informed about it. So please try to understand. I hope the people who are out there try to understand that I'm not sitting here just trying to throw rumors around. People like to give me this thing that I'm over here shooting rumors around. It's like, no, people. No, I'm not shooting rumors. These are not rumors. These are facts. These are things that I know for a fact. I wouldn't put them out there if they weren't that. And I wouldn't try to make anybody else seem like a certain way without having facts. Like I don't like accusing people of things. I don't like saying things unless I got evidence that I know for a fact I can put out there. So given all that, and I'm glad, Mel, you have proven my point as far as like the subjective view and how people should see this information, because you saw it exactly how I want people to see it, not with any kind of bias, not with any kind of like forethought of what they think they're going to know. But once they get the information, understanding it and sussing it out for themselves, you will see that this guy is a piece of shit. And not only a piece of shit, and you put it great, horror cow. This guy's not a low cow. This guy is not a low cow. He's a horror cow, because a low cow, a low cow is a guy like Cyrax, right? I think Cyrax is a low cow. He's
Oh,
weird.
oh, oh no! Oh no! Cyrax is a horror cow because he's a pedophile.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Yes, he's also a horror cow. Yeah, he is a
Christian
pedophile.
used to be a lol cow until he became a horror cow. So it's kind of like a weird thing. But I think a lol cow would be like some weird. Like King Cobra JFS. He's just an internet weirdo who makes terrible food and terrible drinks, and we just watch him just because he's a funny weird guy. Like I love the guy, but he's a weirdo.
Mm.
But horror cows are a different breed where they are objectively horrible people that you would never want to meet in your life, who have done horrible things, but they are such idiots that they can't help themselves be idiots online. Here's my question though: how did he? What the fuck is this jackass's name? Michael Kiser? Oh yeah.
Mm.
How did he learn of you that he wanted to be on your channel? That he wanted to have a conversation one-on-one.
Well, see, I also have a reputation of having people come to me. I guess I have like I don't know. I have no idea what it is. I have this, and excuse me if I sound like if I'm into myself or whatever, if I sound conceited or whatever. I'm definitely not trying to sound like that, but it's just the way of my life goes. For some reason, I garner trust amongst people, and they want to tell me things. Okay, they want to talk to me or whatever. Maybe it's because I come off easy. Maybe it's because I don't automatically judge people and I'm harsh with them and stuff like that. But people come to me, and I
like your personality when you showed up on Amy's, or when we were chatting, and you were just like laid back and just bullshitting with us. No doubt about it. And then we were just like messing around and stuff. Like,
yeah, I get this. I get this a lot. Where like I have people who are, very chill with me and stuff like that, and they want to share and convey with me certain things. Now, I have met people who have told me some stuff that's happened to them because of that, because of my personality, and I've been able to keep those secrets because those are things that you don't want to share with people, right? There's some things that like, even though like I'll share horrible things that people will tell me, there's some things that I won't share because there are horrible things that were done to them. And so I've garnered this trust with people. And so my reputation, you'll get two sides of my reputation. You'll get the side of the people who I've called out, who will call me two-faced and say that I'm a terrible person because I just want to put rumors out there. And then you got the side of the people who have been in my circle, who I've entrusted their secrets, and I have kept them, and I don't talk about them, and they love me for that. I even got friends who are big content creators. Now I'm saying a lot right now. I'm saying a lot, but mostly because I want people to understand I'm not the one over here like trying to like suss people out or try to get them. They come to me because I am that person, right? And so when they do, I talk to them, in a very, unjudgmental way. And so same thing with this guy. This guy came into our scene, to our community or whatever, and he wanted to find a platform that would have him. Now I accepted him because he was being promoted by somebody who was high tier, content creator inside of our community. So that guy, since that guy was giving him the nod, I said, well, he must have sussed him out, or he at least knows him enough or has enough information on him to, you know, to believe that this guy is what he says he is. And so he came to me and he asked me, like if, and at the same time too, I was doing panels with another person who I thought was cool at the time, and I was just trying to have fun with them, just like I do with Shannon, just like I do with Amy, right? Um, and I thought, okay, cool, like I'm gonna have him on, and he can go ahead and like we could talk about the same things we talk about or whatever, like just like we're doing right now, you know what I mean? Just like we're doing right now. So I have no idea really what the guy's about, and he comes on and he talks about his military experience, he talks about his veteran status and all this stuff, and I'm all like, cool, whatever, because I'm not a military person, I'm not a veteran, I don't know the information like as it's coming. I believe that he's that, because why would I question it, right? Why would I question what somebody's saying? I don't automatically believe you're a liar just because you're saying certain things. So I let him talk, I let him do his thing. Then like later on I start finding out what a piece of shit person he is. And this is before all the information comes out, because again, I have people who care about me a lot. Because like I said, I don't share things that have been told to me. And so these people come to me and they tell me, this guy's saying this about you, this guy's saying this about you, this is happening over here, this is happening over there. And so I inform myself to these things, and I just like, if it's just like somebody doesn't like me, I never give credence to that. Like I always tell them, like, hey, if they don't like me, they don't like me. Like people are gonna like you, they're not gonna like you. Some people are not gonna like your personality, whatever. And so I do try to just like not care about whether people are gonna like me or not like me. Like I just kind of like I let those things be, right? Because no matter what, people are gonna like you. They're gonna like you or not like you. It's just the way life works, right? So whenever I get that, I just kind of just like toss it to the side. I don't think about it. But when people are saying things like, oh, this guy who's on your panel talking to you, calling you your friend, calling you all this stuff, but he's talking smack about you in the background, that to me is important to know, because it tells me a lot about the person. If you have a problem with me, like if you have a problem with me, say it to my face, like tell me. Now, if we talked about it and I told you, like I dismissed you or whatever, and I said F you, F off or whatever, and then later on you talk about it, well, whatever, like at that point, like we're in agreement. We don't like each other, right? But if you're still coming on my panel, if you're still acting like you're my friend, but you're talking behind my back, I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna like you, and we're gonna have problems. And so,
Yeah, I mean, that is fair enough to say that it's like if everything's out in the open, that's great. Then you can go your own way and whatnot. But if you're talking shit behind somebody's back and you're on their panel, that is gonna cause a whole lot of hostility. And at that point, you're just kind of like an attention whore, just going on somebody's panel just to get views, to try to build your reputation while you're just fucking around.
right, yes, exactly. And this is what this guy did. He went around different panels acting like he's this disabled veteran who's got this great status or whatever. And he's just, all he was doing was garnering and grabbing his audience. And he does things like he tells people that he calls them brother and sister, and he uses all those like manipulative tactics to get people to get sympathetic towards him, and it's so obvious. It's so obvious that it's almost disgusting that he has no tact when it comes to it, right? But
Well, he's a
like I said,
fraudster. That's what fraudsters do. It's like a lot of fraudsters are people person, or they're very manipulative towards people, but just because all they care about is trying to entice this person and to get, to have them wrapped around their little finger so that they can defraud them.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
so like to me, this is no different. That he's just an attention whore, and he has found a new way to defraud people. And there was something else that came up. Oh, you said that he also said that his YouTube money was going to be donated and shit like that. Like that's another part of the fraud where he's trying to collect people who watch his shit just so that he makes money, which he quote unquote, sends to charities, but instead he's just pocketing it. Like this is fraud 101.
Yes.
It's so simple and basic that he's just manipulating people. I just hate that people are dumb enough to fall for it, even when there are videos with facts on it. Like you don't need to listen to an idiot when he's lying to you, when there is evidence out there which contradicts everything that he says with either his own sayings or with a paper trail. You can't refute a paper trail.
Right, exactly. Schmitty, I'm learning, man. I'm learning, okay? You've taught me the ways of not caring, sir. You've taught me the ways of not caring. Schmitty is one of the best people I've met. He has his own channel as well. So for anybody who wishes to follow him as well, he got a good channel. We got a panel sometime, Schmitty. You're my pal. I met him a long time ago before we had channels on a Discord. He is a great guy. I like him. He's always giving me crap, but I've never see. The funny thing is that people like have come to give me crap on my channel and like other things, and they think that it's like something that really bothers me. It doesn't. It doesn't really bother me that much. It really makes me laugh sometimes when people go out of their way to try to make me feel bad. But Schmitty is one of the people who have given me the ways of the master of like really just like throwing that stuff to the side, because he comes in, he says he doesn't care, he says kick Jerry, but you know what? Still love him. I still love the guy.
You know what? Like to me, it's simple as this. You have your friends, you have your circle of people you trust and people you actually care about. And then you have idiots who try to rile you up just because they don't like you. And it's like, who are you? You don't mean anything to me. Just because you're saying shit to me, it's not going to bother me because I already know who you are and you're not a good person. Why am I
Yeah.
going to let you get under my skin?
Right.
Sure,
Well,
some
Schmitty,
people might get under your skin, but
right.
most people, it's like you're nobody. You're
Smitty's,
garbage.
Smitty's a good guy. Smitty's a good guy.
Yeah.
He just
No,
he
somebody's just messing around with you. I know that because I do that to Amy. So I completely understand that. Smitty's just busting your balls.
right. And Dear Costello brought a good point. It is the anniversary of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.'s death. So rest in peace to him, and condolences out to the family. Another year without your relative, it must be hard. It must be horrible. Um, you know, I didn't know I was gonna again. All my lives, again, people just all my lives are very much improvised. I don't come in with a script. I don't come in with a plan. I usually have an idea of what I want to talk about or the things that I want to get into. I did not know that it was the anniversary of his death. So for all of you who are out there getting the information from him, from Shiz, from all the people that I've mentioned, and again, I'm gonna put all of those channels on the description, including Burns, which Burns is a musician, and Burns has been speaking out since the beginning as well. Like I said, there's only been about 5 channels. Now he'll try to make it this big old thing and say, 50 channels are coming after me or whatever. He's such a bullshitter. Not even close to 10 are coming after him right now. It's only like 5, and we are really being cautious with the information we're bringing out. It's not like we're just out there throwing things out into the wind, right? We're not just being trolls and like saying things that aren't true or whatever. We take information and we are actually sussing it out and bringing it out slowly. Now, I would say again, I wouldn't put myself in that category because I haven't really researched anything. I've really just given people videos to work with. But people like Shiz, people like Stone Vet, people like Wally, people like Burns and stuff like that. These guys are actually getting information and doing stuff with it, in a very informative way. So I will link all those channels at the end and on my description, just to make sure everybody gets an idea of who these channels are and what they're doing against him, because it's important. It's very important that we get that out there. But yeah, it is the anniversary of this, and it, more eyes, more eyes. Like I've said before, we need to get more eyes on this. We need to get more people to speak out. We need more people to shame the people who are still supporting this guy. I mean, this guy, believe it or not, Mel, even with all this information out, there are people who still defend him, and there are people who still give him super chats to the tune of sometimes $400 to $600 a night. A
That is
known criminal, a guy who
insane.
burglarized people, who burglarized old ladies. This is out there. The information's out there. He burglarized an old lady for her medication. You know what I mean? This guy's a
That is
terrible person for
insane.
giving
That
him
is
money.
crazy. Yo, I don't know how he managed to get under their skin or managed to latch him on that tight, but $400, 600, like that is insane. That is crazy. Like I can't even understand that amount. I mean, it's like, oh man, that is so dumb. Like he's probably telling them that he's being wrongly convicted and he needs lawyer money and shit like that, and conning them
Well,
out.
yeah,
Like,
that's all he needs next is that. Now I'm getting charged again, so I'm going to need money for a lawyer and stuff. Luckily, he hasn't gone down that route yet, but he's very cautious because he knows he's got people watching him now. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's got people in the, sending him stuff to his PayPal or his Cash App, because before that's how he was collecting money. He was collecting money through Cash App, through PayPal. And this dude has no shame. He has no shame in his game. So I would not be surprised if that's what he's doing when he wants to collect money from people on the slide, because he goes to your I'm still trying to find these emails that I got early on from him, like about 9 months ago, where
Yeah.
he was just like every day telling me, Mr. Jerry, and I would love to like do a panel with you. Please, could you have me on? And just being like this polite, you know, golly gee gosh type of guy. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Golly gee gosh, will you have me on your channel and this and that?
Okay,
You know
so
what I mean?
so that's his whole shtick of being like a nice dude and like a little soft-spoken little mousy man who
Right,
got wrongly
right.
convicted and wrongly this, whereas his burglary record shows that he's just B&E running around breaking and entering in people's houses and stealing shit and
Oh, and
allegedly killing veterans.
yeah,
Let's put
and
it out there.
yeah, and rest in peace, Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.
And
Uh,
oh yeah, and by the way, they found his uh what's his name? Cameron Atwater? No.
Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. is the full name of the man who he murdered.
Yeah. And they found his Xbox in that dude's house
Yes,
with his guns. So,
with
that
his
is
gun,
pretty.
and a little caveat that I completely forget to mention, but it's one of the most important pieces of evidence. They know that Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. was murdered with a weapon that had a homemade silencer.
Oh yeah, homemade. Yeah.
Yeah, and so when they went to Kiser and they got the evidence from him, not only did they find the PS3 that belonged to Donald Atwater Cameron Jr., and not only was it connected to the Wi-Fi of the family home of the Kisers, but they found a book on how to create silencers, homemade silencers on Kiser. It's like the evidence is all there that he committed this murder. It's all there. You know what I mean? It's like put it all together. Like anybody put it all together would figure that out. You know what I mean?
I bet you if they go through all of his clothes, they will find GSR residue on, like, if they did all this shit, then there's probably GSR residue on his hands and his clothes somewhere. Hopefully he didn't ditch them anywhere, and they were somewhere in his house when the police comb through and look through evidence and shit. Like, I hope they have enough evidence on him.
Well, I hope that maybe they're waiting. Maybe there's some sort of like
DNA or
forensic stuff that
yeah.
they're trying to put together. I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you. Like I said, the wheels of justice turn slowly, and patience is a virtue. So you, I know that this is all going to come back to him, but at the same time, it's like, there's a guy out there called Turtle Boy, terrible
Mm,
guy, another terrible, horror cow, right? Just a bad guy.
Turtle Boy,
And
another one to Google.
yeah, well, this guy's another guy who's a horrible guy, right?
Yeah,
And he's garnered such an audience that now in his court cases and whatnots, he's got people who are there, like protesting for him and all this other stuff. And so this is what I don't want. This is what I don't want. I want to limit his audience to the 5,000 he has now. Now, if his 5,000 want to burn in hell with him, by all means, go burn in hell with him. I don't care. But the thing is that I don't want any more people added to that count. So this is, for me, this is more of a case of trying to help people understand what he is before they even get to his channel, because people don't look at him subjectively once they're in there, because he does all the manipulative things that a cult leader would do, and he isolates people from this kind of information. And then when they do get it, he likes to dismiss it and say, "Oh, it's just the haters," right? It's always just the haters. It's
yeah,
like, no, dude, it's not the haters. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible person. And the most egregious part of all of this is that he speaks out against other fraudsters. It's disgusting. It's disgusting,
yeah. I just YouTubed friggin' Turtle Boy, and it says that he's charged with witness intimidation in Karen
Yes.
Reed case and 16 indictment charges, and it goes on and on. I don't know who this guy is, but I need to learn about him. But I'm not gonna subscribe to his YouTube channel because I don't want to give
Oh,
him my views, but I need to learn about it.
yeah, Schmitty, hang on. I'm sorry, I didn't see you, buddy. I didn't know you wanted the link. My bad.
Oh, I love this. Kaiser has an in-house lawyer. Yeah,
Yeah, no, he
that's so
he
dumb.
he har- he harbors fraudsters and stuff like that, because they're not gonna. It's the egregious part of him is that he speaks out against fraudsters, right? He supposedly, like he
Yeah,
says, he calls himself Fraudit Wrangler because supposedly he's fighting against frauditors, right?
but he is
People
the
who
fraud. Yeah,
He is the fraud himself. Yeah, exactly. And he harbors frauds, like people like AZ Jeep Girl, who likes to pretend she's this one thing that she's not. And thi- this has been, like, proven time and time again. Oh, okay. Sorry, Smitty. I thought you wanted to come on, you jerk. It's cool though. Anybody who wants to come on, the stream link is there for anybody who wants to come on. Like I said, this is an open panel. This has now become the yearly anniversary of the senseless murder of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. And it needs to get out there. The information needs to get out there. He's a bad guy. And how's it going, Ruski? Good morning, buddy.
Morning.
hello.
I'm just listening to what you guys are saying, and I came on here to bitch about how much this costs. $25 for a pack of cigarettes, some instant coffee, and a 40. $25 fucking dollars and cigarettes. Prices. Sorry. I'm upset.
Oh, it's fine. What's up, man, elder metalhead? That's a whole name.
What?
What, Schmitty? Why are you being so mean to me? Why this morning?
Because you're Jerry.
I know, I am.
Plain and simple. I don't need to say any more. Look at you.
You know what? You make a lot of sense. I'm sorry.
I-
I'm sorry I ever questioned you.
I agree with Smitty. We need a new
Look at him.
host.
You want to talk about ball busting and running? He did a ball busting drive by right now.
That was quick.
I love that guy. I love Schmitty.
What was I gonna say? Is that your friend?
He is my friend. No, you know what? It's funny because, like, I always tell people consistency matters to me, right? If you're whatever you are, whoever you are, if you're consistent, I'm always gonna give you more respect than people who, like, are wishy-washy, who don't stick with the things that they believe in or whatever. And Schmitty's been busting my balls before I even had a channel. Okay, he has been busting my balls even before that. So he gets the nod from me as far as like respect goes because he does not switch up. And that hashtag Schmitty doesn't care, you'll see it everywhere. He puts it everywhere, and so I absolutely love him for it. I'll never hate him. As a matter of fact, he has taught me the ways of not caring. So thank you so much, Schmitty. Thank you. You are the master of not caring. I bow to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
$5 for this. $5 for instant coffee. This 2 ounces. Sorry.
Where'd you go, man? So, yes, I do need a Lupe. But in more ways than one, dear man. In more ways than one.
What do you mean by need a Lupe? A Lupe is a fox. Is it something else as well?
Well, Lupe is actually she's actually my second mod. I only got 2 mods on this channel. I
Oh,
got Danny.
mod, I see. Okay.
I got Danny, and then I got Guadalupe Guacamole. Now, Guadalupe Guacamole, she is a spicy one. Now, she has 2 modes. She's got the Lupe mode, which is the sweet woman who will come on and like empathize with you and give you hear out your story. And then you've got spicy
Latina mode. Yeah.
yeah, spicy guac. She is just a rabid, more than a fox. I mean, she is a wolf. She will go after you if you put yourself out to be something. Then she finds out that you're not. She will come after you. She will become a pit bull. I mean, I call her spicy guac at that point because it's like it is scary. It is scary, and she's not afraid. You could think you have the biggest dick. Her pussy will eat that shit up.
Well, that sounds like my type of chick.
She is something else, and I absolutely love her like to 10th degree. I mean, just like Schmitty, she has been the consistent person that she has been, and
She's a destroyer of worlds.
yeah,
Sounds like
exactly.
she's the story of a cock. He said,
well, like I said, she makes no qualms, man. She makes no qualms. You when you see her, you will be afraid of her once you see that spicy guac side of her. I mean, once you see it, it's like, whoa, you don't want to get into it with her. And the people who do try to challenge her always end up coming really, really short. And that comes in many different forms. You take that as it comes. But yeah, they come up real short when it comes to people trying to come at her, I do have a good example of her, and if anybody wants to check it out, it's called The 4 Squares of the Apocalypse. If you go to that live, she joins me on that, and you can see her personality. She is spicy, lovely, and you'll love her. I've told her that she needs to start her own channel, but she's like, I'm good. She's like, I'm good. I don't need a channel. I am who I am, and I'm just going to be who I am. And it makes a lot of sense, too. A lot of people don't start their own channel because they don't want to cater to people and stuff like that. They don't want to be doing this song and dance where they're like somebody different while they're online. So I give her a lot of respect for that. And so she's one of my good supporters, and she's one of the only mods here. I only have 2. Like I said, I have Danny, which Danny I call the upgrade from Siri and Alexa. Like, don't invest in a Siri. Don't invest in an Alexa. Invest in a Danny, because Danny comes on and she gives you all the info. Whatever you're talking about, you could be talking about, stuffed jalapenos. She'll bring out all the recipes of stuffed jalapenos in seconds. In seconds, I love her for that. And so that's Danny. Danny's that mod. And Guadalupe, she's just a spicy mod. She will not only will she keep me up to date with all the locales, she will also, like, when somebody comes in here with their bullshit, she's ready to just like, she's not gonna automatically block them. You know what I mean? She's gonna give you a few words, and if you're like I said, I hate circles. I don't like going in circles. This is something that she understands. The minute somebody starts becoming circular with the arguments, they're gone. That's all I care about. You can talk about anything. You can come at me any kind of way. The minute you start going into circles with your argument, I don't need to hear it, because it's like we're not gonna meet anywhere. You're just gonna keep repeating, and that's basically, to me, that's spam. At that point, like all you're doing is just spamming your opinion, whether it be
at that point, it's just tires in the mud. It's just going in circles. There's no movement. It's just better to just be like, okay, let's just move on from each other. This is going nowhere. Done.
Right. But people, like I said, I have this ability to have people want to continue to share with me, and so they'll do that thing where they'll just keep going in circles and I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm good. I'm done. I don't need to. We don't need to go down this route. You know, sometimes it's better to do that because you, like, sometimes I'd rather do that with like somebody that I think is kind of cool because I don't want it to get nasty. Sometimes that's how things get nasty, right? You're going in circles and circles and circles. It's like it starts getting nasty because it's like we're just doing this dance that I don't like, you know?
Yeah.
So either you cut it off or I cut it off, but this is not going to be healthy for anything going on in the future. So I'd just rather just like, hey, get away for right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Does she panel up, Guadalupe?
Huh? Oh, wait a minute. Huh?
Does she panel up Guadalupe? Does Guadalupe?
She does.
Okay.
She does. But trust me, if she's on your panel, whoo, it takes a lot to get her on panel. Trust me, it took me a lot just to get her to come on to speak about things. But if she wants to jump on your panel, better watch out because usually Spicy Guac is the one who wants to come on, not Guadalupe Guacamole, the regular one. Because regular Lupe will stay in your chats, have fun with you all day. But Spicy Guac wants to come on because she wants to, like as Dirmit Costello said, destroy your world. And I've seen it. I've seen her destroy
She
channels.
wants to go on a hunt.
Huh?
She smells blood. She wants to go on a hunt.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Mel. Exactly. That's exactly the best way I could put it. She smells blood. She comes for it. She comes for it. What's up, Schmitty? You back in, buddy? Or you still with your mic? You good? You're still quiet. Okay. Well, he's working on his mic. All right, work on it, buddy. But yeah,
So, I'll be right back. I gotta step away for a second.
Do your thing, man.
That better?
Yeah, that's better, pal.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So what's up, Smitty? Man, so you know this is the anniversary of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.'s senseless murder. How do you feel about all this, man? I mean, I haven't had a chance to really like get your words on it. I know I've seen you in the chats and everything about it, but please give me something. Tell me what you feel about Kiser and all of that bullshit.
I knew Kiser was a fake back in March when he was on Fraud or Troll before I knew any of this. I knew that guy had skeletons in his closet. I just didn't know what they were. To my surprise, I didn't think they were going to be this deep. I mean, he's got Chili beat, and that's a high level there.
Right.
But 2024 justice will be served.
Well,
I'm more of a street justice kind of guy, but
I feel you on that.
if justice ain't served by the courts, then that's a different ball game. But I'm not throwing my hat into the ring until I know what's going on.
I got you. I feel you on that, man. I know. I mean, and again, this is all opinions, everybody. So if people think that I'm throwing out an accusation or that I'm giving information,
I don't give a shit what fucking people say. If they don't want to do their own fucking research, and if they can't see this guy's an idiot, throw him money.
Yeah, throw him all the money. Exactly.
I hope you fucking give him your life savings.
Yep. You know,
exactly. Why don't you buy a car warranty off him too while you're at it?
Exactly. This is what I mean. Like for me,
he's a little prick that wants to be relevant. He is very devious. He does his homework on the subjects he likes to think he does, like the Marine or Army or whatever. But you got to realize with shit like that, there's a paper trail. So you better watch what you say.
Yep. Exactly.
I can honestly say I've never murdered anybody that I know of.
How about people you didn't know?
I mean, there were some people that were questionable. I mean, it's like, I got to be all right. Yeah, let's go. All right. Nothing ever came back to me, so I'm sure the statute of limitations is probably over. Nah, I don't think so. I wouldn't murder. But anyway, let's change the subject back to Kiser. He's a little weasel prick. He talks like he's constipated.
Yep.
He's got a 1980s Commodore speaker in a corner on his fucking shelf.
Yeah,
Don't trust anybody that still displays a fucking 1980 speaker for a computer.
Yeah, this dude. If you guys,
Do not trust him.
Stuff that
If that house don't scream old lady's house,
yeah,
I don't know what does.
Oh, then
Yeah,
let
exactly.
me hide my fucking Commodore 84 computer.
Well, if you need a speaker, I know where to get you one. If he goes to jail, I'm sure he's not going to be needing it. He might trade that for some ramen noodles.
Speak of the
Might
devil.
get a good deal on it.
there's my baby.
I hope,
Oh, speak of the
I hope he gets butt fucked every day, 3 times a day after every meal.
Tell us
in
how you
jail.
really
I hope he's.
Oh, I'm done.
I hope he's going to be holding somebody's pocket, and he's going to become the
He's
prison.
done that before, from what I've heard.
Oh, hello.
Rose.
Lupe,
So that's the only way that little fucking ferret is gonna
Lupe, I don't know what you're doing.
even
but
survive in prison. He's gonna die in prison once they find out what he did. He's like a chomo in prison. You killed a fucking Marine.
Yep.
Said Kilmo.
Okay,
That's what he said.
More, eh?
that's a good one. Write that down.
All right.
The horror.
He
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead, Smitty.
he's not gonna make it past the first year. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He can't fight himself. He can't do anything. Nobody's gonna take his side. And if they do, he's
He'll
gonna
just
pay
fuck it.
dearly for it. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to take those dentures out to really make it worth their while.
Oh God.
Yeah, this guy.
Sucky, long time.
Oh,
I
Yeri?
hope he dies with a dick in his mouth. That would be the best.
I'm gonna go throw up now.
Oh, Yeri, I'm gonna step down because I'm gonna go to bed because I'm friggin' exhausted. But it was nice meeting you, Smitty,
Pussy.
and Ruski. And as always, it's nice talking to you, Yeri. And I'll probably bump into you late at night when we're bullshitting on Discord or
Yeah, I got you.
wherever.
Yeah, and do me a favor, bud. Like I said, you keep promoting this stuff. Like it's like I said, I want new eyes. I want more eyes on this. So if you promote it, I won't hate you for it, pal. But I thank you so much for coming up, and I'll see you around, bud.
No worries. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
See you later, pal.
All right.
Hello. And then there were 3. Hi, Smitty.
Hello?
How are you?
I don't know.
Guadalupe, I've been missing you all week. I was like looking for you all week. I was like, where is Lupe? Lupe's out doing her family stuff, and I need her. I need Lupe. I need some Lupe in my life. I need some spicy guac in my life. Where have you been? So again, this is the anniversary of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.'s senseless murder. We need to get the information out there as far as who this guy Michael Kiser is. Again, I showed the video earlier of Shiz Happens. I've already linked it once on the site. I will link her channel on my description. I will link all the people who are going after him. No, it is not 50 people like Wrangler likes to say. It's only 5. There's only about 5 channels. And that I think that's including mine. And I don't put myself in that category. I don't put myself in the category of finding information or actually going after him, because the only thing I've done is giving people a way to suss out his bullshit. So it's not really me giving information or having information out there for him. Everybody who has put out information has actually done research and taken time out of their day and given money to get documentation. So I would much rather you guys support those channels than me over this situation. My channel is mostly just, conveying the information by talking about it, but not really I don't do the research like they do. So
You're forgetting one thing that we should keep in mind. Yesterday was a holiday that most people celebrate, and
Right.
Donald left the daughter behind, and she had to celebrate another Christmas without her father. He went over and fought for us, comes home, sitting in his home wanting to play probably a PS3 because that was hot back then. And he gets this fucking moron.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now this daughter does not have a father.
Exactly. You're exactly.
So
Yes.
she and her grandparents, that whole family needs justice. Some way, somehow. The guy is fucking throwing it in their face by being on the fucking internet. I mean, how many times you gonna play that fucking video, Dilly Doe? Okay, whatever the fuck that shit is. He plays the same fucking clips.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
BSBT that plays like 2-second clips. Say, oh, see what Paul Carroll said?
Right.
The fucking that's a fucking pillhead right there, just like BSBT, fucking method. I'll be doing a live later. I'm going to be having that on. I'm going to hopefully have Shiz on so she can.
Yeah, I hope you do, man.
Let everybody know in my community they know the synopsis, but they don't know all the info. So
yeah, and here's a great thing. Lupe sent me this. This was created by Shiz earlier. It's a great way to express your support for Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. And if you feel like you want to, I believe Shiz will probably post it in her community. I'll make sure I share it. Everybody share it around. This is the anniversary of the senseless murder of this man. You
want to know how stupid he is? I mean, I don't even have to add this to it because it means shit. But the fucking guy thought I was a frauder.
Oh my God, really?
The mother, he don't know how to read a room. He was in Hez's chat one morning, and he's all, hey, buddy, hey, sis, hey, girl, I'm like, who the fuck is this moron? He's like the new employee that's just friends with everybody on the second day. Like he's been working there for 10 years.
Right, exactly. That's
and he made the mistake of saying, hello, Smitty, my friend, after he thought I was a frauditor. And I wrote in the chat, I said, where did you get that we're friends?
Exactly.
And then he wrote, oh, sorry, my mistake. I said, yeah, it was a big mistake.
Right, yeah.
I told Kfar when he was with him, I told Kfar, I said, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Do you, Bo? But I said, he's a fucking scumbag and let him know I said it.
Yeah, man, good deal, man, and that's why I always tell people, like, dude, like, watch the way this guy interacts. You know what I mean? Watch the way he interacts. He's a little nasty little bitch when he's like on his channel and he's talking crap about people, calling women lot lizards, and every woman that's not Kimmy is a whore, right? And then
he's a Democrat.
Huh?
He's a Democrat. He projects everything onto everybody. All these frauditors. He projects what he is, and he talks about them.
Yeah,
because he knows he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. He
knows the gig is up soon because.
Yeah, basically all the criticism
TikTok, bitch.
Yeah. Go ahead, Smitty.
No, I'm just saying he knows shit. He's running scared, and I'm going to tell you, before that trial, he's going to run scared again.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, this is the man he murdered, a real disabled military veteran, real Marine, someone who actually was a combat veteran, and somebody who actually fought and defended this country. This is who he murdered. This is it right here. This is the man. This is the man that can't spend Christmas with his daughter. That his family misses every Christmas when this day comes around, because frauded Wrangler, aka Michael Kiser. Or is that flipped around? Anyways, the point is that this dude decided to take this man's guns and his PS3. His guns and his PS3. He murdered him for guns and a PS3.
I think pills were involved too. It really doesn't matter what. The main thing is, it doesn't matter what he takes. He could have cleaned him out. He shot the guy fucking point blank in the head.
Yep.
All right, the guy had to be sleeping because. If that guy was aware or knew he was there, he would have kicked the shit out of fucking wrangling, but
he was disabled. He was disabled. So
he knew it.
unlike
All right, I
Kiser-
didn't know that part. See, all I know, I don't need to go into the detail. All I need to know is he murdered a guy. That's all I need to go. I don't. That's for the prosecutor.
Right.
See,
Yeah, absolutely.
See, on the streets, we don't get into detail. Did he kill him? Yes. Okay. That's it. Don't need to know anymore. But the courts need to know every little thing. That's fine. That's the way the courts work. Shiz is doing God's work. I don't care what anybody says about Shiz. He can go fuck himself. She's doing good work. Nobody's fucking perfect on this internet, number one.
Exactly.
Nobody. Not even me.
Yeah, and I don't. The thing is that when it comes to that, I don't think Shiz is like like it doesn't bother her that much. It makes it. I think it's funny that
You think it don't bother her reading all this shit?
No, I'm not talking about the Donald Atwater Cameron shit. No,
Oh,
I'm not talking about
oh.
I'm talking about the stuff against her. I'm talking about the stuff that people.
Shiz is tough as shit. She's from the north like me. She can take shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm from New Jersey. She's from Massachusetts. Same shit.
Yeah,
different accent.
No, yeah, and so I've learned myself that what, some of it is you're not gonna stop. People are gonna hate you if you're.
But put it this way, Shiz, if she's your friend, you got a great friend, and you're gonna laugh every fucking time you talk to her. Right. If you piss her off and cross her, sorry for you, buddy.
Right. I've been in those crosshairs. I get it, and I'm not, like I said, I get it. I get it. Because I'm also that type of person where I fight for my friends and stuff like that. So I get it, and I'm understanding of it. It's a very difficult personality to have because people are gonna see you as a polarizing figure, but she does do things consistently and she does do things honestly. So therefore, she has my respect no matter how she feels about me. I always have respect for Shiz, and I hope that I have treated the information that she's put out there respectfully.
You should have respect to anybody that talks to you, Jerry. It's shit. I'm just saying,
You're the
don't let that go. When you capture that magic, you better hold on to that because that's far for you. I think
you're awesome, Schmitty. You're fucking awesome, dude. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I don't give a shit either.
I care about you. God damn it!
I don't care about you, Jared. But hey, if that's what you want to do in your free time, go ahead. I'll give you my PayPal. Throw me money.
There we go.
Isn't that how the internet web works? Throw me money because I have a live channel.
Yep.
And I'm talking or I do videos. Throw me money.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I watch all these idiots for free.
Right. Exactly. That's another thing too. Like it's like, dude, like, why do you? What if he's such a great guy and he's got all of this stuff? We've seen a guy like Stone Vet, right?
Enemy. What's up, buddy? My boy.
Stone Vet didn't come on and was like, about money and about, like he's here to do his thing, and whether you support him or not makes no difference to him and stuff like that. Now he got to the monetization. Now he's big wig, right? But
let's put it this way. I go in his live chat and I don't know any of those fucking names. And I've been around for almost 2 years. I'm like, where the fuck did these people come from? Maybe there are people I know and they're using stock accounts because they're ashamed of doing what they're doing. People get obsessed. It's like the girls that stream gaming. Guys get obsessed in there and they throw money at them like they're at a fucking strip club. And I'm like, they're just gaming with cleavage. Go to a fucking strip club for Christ's sake. At least you can touch somebody. I don't throw money at people on the internet. I give money to people I know that need it and that are friends and that, but this random throwing money at fucking people. And you know what it is? I bet you he's got people he throws them money to throw back at him.
I do think that he does do that in occasions when Stone Vet is getting all those memberships and stuff like that in order to kind of match tit for tat when it comes to the stuff that's
Stone Vet's badass, man. They don't come more badass than him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love to smoke a fucking joint with him, man. Shit.
Dude, I'd love to have like a circle with.
But until then, I'll smoke alone.
Huh?
Until then, I can smoke alone.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, while I got enemy here, I caught the beginning of his video, so I'm talking directly to him. He knows what he's talking about. If you're having a problem, enemy, moving out from where you are and you need some backup, I ain't too far from you. I'd love to play with your old neighbors. Just saying, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I got all the free time in the world too, but I just might need a ride right now. I don't have a car.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And here's the enemy. We need to get back to talking about that too, bud. I did start this channel as far this live as far as like what's happening in the future, and we do need to get back to talking about that.
Well, this live should be about Wrangler and about Donald.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch the title around. Like I said, I started off talking about the situation between just things that I wanted to do for later on in the future, but Mel came on, and I've been wanting to speak to him as far as like what's going on with this guy Wrangler and everything, and so that's why like I kind of like it became a thing, but I didn't know it was Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.'s anniversary as far as like his senseless murder. So that's why I kind of switched up the topic and everything, and it's become this. So I'm gonna switch up the title and everything, and just like make it about this. I'll probably even cut out the front section of it.
And anybody here that has a channel should be doing the same thing.
Right, and again, I'm gonna put all the information on the description.
Share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share it all over.
All platforms, Discord. If you got a Reddit, if you got a Twitch channel, whatever it is, just share it. If you can for the day, just you know what I'm gonna do. And I don't.
If you're a church going person, go there and light a candle for the man. I'm not. I'll light my pipe for him. It's the best I can do.
Guadalupe, if you could do me a huge favor, Guadalupe, right now in the side chat, and just add all the channels that are going after Wrangler and that are speaking on Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.'s death. I'd love that if you could do that for me. If you could put Master Sergeant Retired's channel, MSG's channel, Tats, who else? Stone Vet. If you could put all those channels in the side chat, that'd be great, Lupe. Please, that would be a big favor to me if you could do that for me. Those are all the people who are coming after him. Like I said, there's only like four channels. Kiser will tell you there's 50, 55, whatever the case may be. There really is only 5 channels going after him. Going after him in the sense that they're getting information and they're putting it out there for people to be informed. They're not going after him like he does when it comes to frauditors being a real bully, because that's what he likes to call everybody. Oh, you guys are bullies. He hasn't seen a bully. Mr. Bullies. Go ahead.
I like to bully the bullies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. That's the thing, is that I came in here trying to go after bullies. You know what I mean? Like going after people like this guy, And he came in and he snaked his way into everybody's live panels and stuff like that, and got in there and just it's horrible. It's horrible how this guy is a piece of shit who likes to talk.
I'm about to hang out with him one night.
Huh?
I'm about to hang out with him one night. Take him for a ride down to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. And I'd be a little lighter on the way going home, I'm just saying.
So for anybody who's come from Amped Amy's Discord, or anybody who's barely getting this information, the descriptions of everybody's channels on the side chat, you could just click on them, sub to them. Please sub to them. You'll get all this information as it comes. You'll get the stolen valor stuff. You'll get the murder case stuff. You'll get any criminal record stuff. It's all going to be in the side chat, and we're gonna put it out there. I'm gonna add these links to my description so that if you're watching this later, you can click onto them.
Well,
Please,
I'll
this is
say
very
one thing. People say on the internet, "Oh, bring me fucking receipts. Bring me receipts." Well, Shiz has every fucking receipt that Walmart won't even stop her. Okay,
Yeah.
she's got every damn receipt. Now, if you read all this material and you still think this guy is innocent, then you deserve to go to jail with him.
Yeah, that's like I said, for the people who are his followers right now, the 5,000, whatever amount that
5,000, he's buying subs.
yeah, whatever it is, the amount, go to hell with them, please. Go burn in hell with them. I don't care. I don't care about you. What I care about is people who are coming in who don't have this information, who don't know what's going on, and they get coerced by these people to come and join their cult. It's like you guys think it's funny. You guys think it's funny. Oh, we're drinking the Kool-Aid. You understand you're talking about yourselves? You understand that you're saying shit about yourselves. You're saying that you're so stupid that you can't figure out information on your own, that you'll follow a guy blindly. You know that's how real fucking dangerous people get in power, right?
Oh, Waco, Texas. I mean, every cult. Him and Chili are like cult leaders.
Yeah. It's sick. It's sickening. It's just disgusting how these people act.
I mean, people are backing up Turtle Boy, that piece of fucking shit.
Right, exactly. That's exactly why I told. That's why exactly.
I
Why
mean, if they'll back up a capital fucking murder suspect, I mean, not even a suspect. I mean, but for the sake of it, he's still a suspect. If they will back up that,
I mean,
they'll back up anybody.
In a technical way, yeah. In a very.
I just hope these morons come to my channel when he's gone, so I can milk them too.
Yeah,
I'll gladly take their money, and I won't be even monetized. But if they're willing to give money, shit, I'll take it. I'll give it to somebody that needs it.
That's right. That's right. Shmini, that's the thing, is that these people don't know what they're giving money to, and if you're willing to give money to people like that, yeah, give it to Shmini, give it to other people, but
give it to the family of Donald. Give it to his
I mean,
daughter.
yes, exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself. If you want to give money to Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.'s family for like for this crap. It's just I just can't believe.
But any hero out there, do not try to be a reporter and journalist and go out and start interviewing. Leave his family alone.
Yeah,
need people coming, even though you care, that's great, but know when to shut up.
I mean, yeah,
they don't need to be. They live this every day. They don't need to be reminded. They don't need to be interrogated. Remember, they all have to go to court again with this. This ain't going to be a traffic ticket court where one day and that's it.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly it, Smitty. That's exactly it.
Respect the family. If you feel like you need to give something, whatever, if you're feeling generous, contact Shiz.
I don't know, Guadalupe. I'm glad whatever you put is fine. That's the major channels are there, and anybody else, like that you can think of, you can add. To me, it doesn't make a difference as long as they've spoken out against Kiser. Please put their channel up. This is not about any kind of stuff in between or anything like that. This is about Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. Rest in peace, man. That was the real hero that we lost because of this piece of shit Kiser, and this information needs to be put out there. So this is very much important. So anybody who speaks out against him, please, I can't stress it enough. Like watch their stuff. Like support them, because we need to get this guy put out in the forefront. We need to shame people who are supporting this guy, who are giving him money. And like I said, for the people who want to continue supporting him, go to hell with him. I hope that you guys are fools and give him all your money so that when he goes to jail, you feel like fools, because we've already told you several times over and over again what the fuck is going on with this guy. But if you don't want to listen, fine, don't listen. This is for the people who are coming in who don't know what's going on, who are coming in with a chip on their shoulder because of auditors, and then they go and they join this guy because auditor's bad. That is not enough for you to support someone who murders a disabled veteran and is a burglar murderer, and also somebody who does stolen valor on top of all of that. I mean, to be honest with you, the the frosting, the sprinkles on this shit sundae is the stolen valor. The stolen valor is enough to make people feel like this guy's a piece of shit, but that is really
on itself, you're right. That's just as fucking bad. I mean, if he did nothing else, he's still a piece of shit for doing that. But on top of that, he killed a fucking Marine. I mean, you know, it's like the world now where pedophilia is like, it's optional. Well, it ain't that bad. Having a drag queen dancing in front of 3-year-olds, not that bad. Where the fuck? If I take my daughter, well, she's 29 now, but if I took my daughter at 6 years old and went to a strip club on a Monday, which is the worst fucking clientele in there, I mean, they would kick me out of the fucking place going, what are you doing here with a kid?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, you know, this world is bizarro, so I would think 10 years ago, there'd be nobody supporting this guy. But when Kyle Rittenhouse killed that pedophile that attacked him, they wanted to plant a tree in his memory. The guy had sex with 5 kids under 10 years old. He was out on bond or something like that, and then he decided to go down there and fuck around and find out. Well, he found out. But people were sitting there during the trial with his face on there, justice for this guy.
Right. And
we got justice. I mean, what happened to the day where, Lou down the street molested children? Here come the fucking torches. Street justice.
Right. And dude, like, absolutely, you're making such a great point when it comes to this stuff. Like, people want to just go for the first thing that makes them feel good, right? It's like whatever confirms their biases is what they go for, instead of looking at the information subjectively, like I said with the stuff before. It's like they come in with their biases and they just want to support something that they believe is what they believe in, but they're not looking at all the facts. They're not paying attention. That's why it's like everything, like even the news does this because they have to lead with a story that's you know, controversial, something that people are going to watch, instead of actually like taking the time to suss this stuff out. And it's what people don't do nowadays. They don't just sit back, take the information for what it is, give it time, let it simmer. You know what I mean? One thing I know about cooking is that sometimes you got to let things simmer. When it comes to information, let it simmer, people. Let it simmer. Get the information, let it simmer in your head. Take time with it. Don't. I'm not saying when I put out information or when
people don't have an attention span anymore, Jerry.
Yeah, I get that. But
okay, we're so used to picking up our phone, watching a quick video, done. Picking up our phone, hitting a button, I got a new TV. Right. Everybody wants instant everything, instant gratification. They don't want to put in the time and wait, even though it's a pain in the ass to sit here and wait. We're all sitting here waiting for this guy to fucking get the chair. And that's too good for him.
Right, exactly. Great point, Schmitty. I'm glad you're here to talk about it. And again, this is the anniversary of the senseless murder of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. We're here talking about it because this subject needs to be talked about. I don't know how many people are going to go live with this. I hope people do.
I'm going live soon with this.
I hope more people do, and I hope we talk about it now. What I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do the whole, like, you know, Facebook thing, whatever that people do or whatever. But I'm gonna change my avatar for today, and I'm gonna put the picture of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. I hope everybody follows in this and put the information out there so that when people see his picture, when it comes into the chat, they can say, "What's going on here? What is this? What is this? What's this picture of?" And we can explain to them it's about Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. We can give them the information and people can see it. So
we'll give them a link to his video that we're covering it.
Yeah, I put the links on the side chat for now. I will put them in the description once I'm
I know. Yeah.
So that everybody can go ahead and click on it. But I'm going to change my avatar for today to Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. And I hope everybody follows me in doing that. Anybody who supports the movement against Kiser. So not only do we remind the people that are following Kiser of the senseless murder that he committed, allegedly, but we also remind Kaiser that we haven't forgotten, and justice hasn't forgotten, and the wheels of justice are turning. Your day will come, Kaiser. Your day will come.
There's no way a jury is going to find this man innocent.
No, no, you don't.
If they do,
like
if
that,
they
no.
if this guy fucking walks because of 12 people, 6 people, whatever the fuck it is, if he walks because of that, he ain't gonna be walking for long. I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna think, "Oh, I got away with it." He's gonna be begging to go to jail.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
Because the gloves are off after that.
Man, I've seen
Free game, free reign.
I've seen enough court cases where I know that there's people that think they're gonna walk away and they never do. They never do. They always end up paying some way somehow. You know, they always end up paying some way somehow. And I hope that day comes. I hope that day comes for him. I really do. If there's anything else, Ruski, I don't know if you're there.
You fell asleep.
He probably did. I know he told me that he would be back.
Well, you were talking, Jerry. I mean, I put anybody to sleep.
Well, no. Oh, how dare you, Ruski?
Hey, I speak the truth, man.
What's up?
If you have any questions on this situation, I know I'm sorry that I blocked you out. I put Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.'s picture up there. That was brought to me by Guadalupe, made by Shiz. So if there's any questions you have on this scenario, like anything you want to bring to this subject.
Hey, Jerry, thanks for having me up. I got to do a couple shit to get ready for my live.
Do it, man. I thank you for coming up too, man. I appreciate you, man. You're
stop by if you want.
I will. I shall. Thank you, man.
It's a little bit different atmosphere, but it's the same shit. Me talking the same shit.
I know, Schmitty.
It's not a frauditor channel. We don't cover videos. It's a hangout. It's a bar. It's a sanitarium. It's my bar.
I got you, buddy. No, and Schmitty, remember, man, since the days that we used to do those hangouts on Discord, man, you're the same guy. You're the same exact guy. Talk shit and everything. I love it, man.
Yeah, what the fuck else am I gonna be? I can't pretend to be intelligent. That's too hard.
I hear you, buddy.
I ain't gotta fake it. You blow my cover within 10 minutes. Look at this live. He's a perfect example. He's an idiot. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Talk to you later, pal.
I'll sub up.
What'd you say?
I said I'll sub up to his channel.
Oh yeah, you should. Smitty is the best, man. He's one
funny.
of the coolest guys. Yeah. But yeah, man. Anything you want to add to this? I'm about ready to shut it down. So I want. If there's any questions you have, anything you want to talk about?
Is he Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.? Is he a friend of yours? Did you know him?
No, I did not know him. We know him to be the man that was murdered in the case of Michael Kiser, because he was indicted for his murder. And this guy was an actual disabled military vet, which is the story that Michael Kiser uses to try to get credit within the community. That's the story that he used, that he was a disabled military veteran, combat veteran. And the actual guy that he suspected of murdering actually has that story. And it's funny because when he was coming on, he was talking about a battle buddy of his that got murdered as well. And he would talk about this battle buddy and he would give him his own name. Like he called him Michael Kiser when he was Michael Kiser. And it's funny because in every military story that he says, he never brings up any friends. He never brings up any other combat, people that he fought with. He only talks about himself like he's the hero of his own story, It's sad. It's disgusting. And so this is the man that I believe he stole that story from. And he likes to pretend that he's him in a kind of mocking way, like in a way of saying like, oh yeah, my buddy, this and that or whatever. I don't think they were ever friends. I don't think they ever knew each other. I think this guy knew that he had a PlayStation 3, he had some guns. And so he went for him and he killed them for those things like a piece of shit would, But no, I don't know Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. personally. I don't know his family, but I do have my sympathies are out for him because I have lost friends to senseless murder, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. I don't like murderers. I don't like people who are like Michael Kiser, who manipulate people, because I've seen it for myself. I a lot of people, like have told me, like, because the information has come out that he's in Oklahoma and I'm in Oklahoma, and people have told me, like, stay away from him. I've got a lot of emails that have told me to stay away. I'm not afraid of the guy because I've been shot at. I've lived in Los Angeles and so in South Central, like where these things are a reality of the world that you live in, and people will shoot at you. There's murderers there who live amongst you and stuff like that. So I'm not afraid of this guy by no means whatsoever. But I unlike Schmitty, I don't want street justice for him. I want real justice for him. I want the people who are supporting him right now to be embarrassed by what is happening, even though I don't think some of them will. I don't think some of them will be embarrassed because some of them are shameless people. You can't shame them. So if you can't shame them, I doubt that they would be embarrassed. So I want this guy to face justice, and I want this to be put out there so that people can get the justice system rolling on it. I get it. A lot of stuff has happened. You got COVID, you got the justice system catching up to certain things, and his case is already one of a high regard. Whenever there's a capital murder charge like this, it has to be very delicately sussed out, because you don't want any mistakes. I always put the example of Darrell Brooks. Darrell Brooks was a piece of shit who ran over all those people in the parade. Nobody would say that he didn't do it or defend him, right? But the justice system still treated it very delicately because they didn't want to have him have a reason to get an appeal on his sentence. They wanted him to get sentenced correctly, and so they were very gentle in the way they treated him, especially because he represented himself. But same thing with Wrangler. It's gonna come to him. The justice is gonna hit him. Justice is gonna hit him. Truth comes to light, no matter how much you try to hide it. That's why when I came into the scene, I came in talking about the things that I did wrong. Like I didn't hide them. I wasn't shying away from them. I went to jail for a year back in 2009 because I made a mistake, but I was open about it, and I had 5 years of probation. But you know what? I did the 5 years, and I never gone back since. I've never been put in jail. As a matter of fact, even anything that's been considered an arrest has only been about traffic infractions, and I've taken care of every situation that I've been able to take care of. So it's one of those things where it's like, I came in speaking up against people who wanted to say that the justice system, was corrupt or bad, or the system was bad. And of course, the system isn't perfect. And like I tell people, the system is not perfect, but it is the best system we have up to this point. Until we figure out better solutions, up to this point, it is the best system we have, and we need to work with it, not shy away from it or pretend like it's gonna, like it's messed up and throw it all away, right? We have to work with it.
Sounds like Michael Kiser, two faults of his. One, stolen valor. That's what you were implying, right?
Right.
Two, he murdered. I mean, if that's true, it's really, really shitty. And like I said, I don't know the story. Maybe I'll look it up on Google. Now it's fucked up, and I'm glad you're bringing light to this young man. That's very unfortunate that he lost a family, lost his life. So thoughts to his family.
Condolences to the family. Again, this is again, for me, it's about putting light to this information, getting people to see it, new eyes. I mean, me and the community, as far as like the people who are coming after, and thanks to our pit bull Stone Vet, we call ourselves Dick Nicks, right? Because we if you go into that chat, if you figure us out, we're a bunch of cynical people who can laugh at stuff and things like that. And so we go on there, we have fun with him. But that group got the information. That group knows the information, and we're preaching to the choir every time we go on with Stone Vet, because we could sit there and talk to Stone Vet about it, and he could tell us and everything. But we've already got it. Every once in a while, we'll get a straggler from Wrangler's chat or whatever to come in and try to challenge us, but they just come in there and get shamed, and they either join the Dick Necks or they go back to Kiser, and they're like, oh, they're bullies, right? But to me, this is about getting fresh eyes, new eyes, people who are going to speak out against them that are not in this community, that are not in the pocket niche that we're in. I want this information to get out because I want people to start really looking at them. I want bigger channels to start looking at them. I actually talked to a big channel, and the guy straight up told me, like, it's not that I don't want to put it out. It's that I don't want to be looked at like I'm punching down. Now, this guy Wrangler punches down all the freaking time. He punches down a lot, right? And it's something that he's known for. But a lot of the bigger channels are kind of iffy about it. They're kind of like, they don't want to get into that realm. And it's like, I'm trying to show them that it's important to people, that people do care about it. So this is kind of like my plea to that big channel to start coming after this dude so that we can really start getting information, not only about Donald Atwater Cameron Jr., but also about this fucking piece of shit, Michael Kiser.
Yeah. So you said you're going to end your live soon?
Yeah, I'm about to. I just want to make sure that you didn't have any questions, something that you want to add or anything like that.
Well, I was going to add this. I don't know if you're going to be busy after this, but if you're going to end your live, I'll create my own so you can come up and spread your with your message out to get more fresh eyes if you wanted to. That's up to you.
Oh yeah, sure, for sure. I'll do that. Yeah, we could do that.
I'll do that. I'll do that like right after you end your live, and I'll say it on here and listen to what you have to say.
Cool. And just give me like a few. What I'm gonna do is that I usually like to leave with an outro, and I'm gonna put a song on by my favorite band, Disturbed, and this song is gonna go out to everybody who is fighting the good fight for Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. This song is gonna represent, for me, this is how I feel about all of this shit, as far as like what are we doing and how we are approaching this. So hang on, let me just you know what? Hang on. Can I do it again? Oh, I have to actually stop the screen. Okay. Let me just. Okay, I mean, if you want to say goodbye, you can do it now. Because while I get this video up,
okay,
I'm gonna mute myself and mute anybody that's on. So you could just say goodbye now, and if you want, you could jump down.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Can I promote my channel with you coming on?
Yeah.
Always gotta ask permission. Yeah. So apparently Jerry's gonna come on my live. You can look for my live. It's called at the Ruski, or type in Ruski Relaxation and look for the Punisher Skull. There I'm at. I should be the first person to pop up. So I'm gonna have Jerry as a special guest on my live, and we will talk more about it. He's probably going to do more talking than I will, even though I'll be the host. But he can spread the message of this young man, this Marine that served our country, and keep his memory, even though it is a holiday spirit. Let's keep this man in our thoughts as we move on to the new year. And I'm going to step down. Thank you, Jerry, for having me. You have everyone else who is not going to come on. Y'all have a great day. Take care, and I'll take my leave. Y'all have a good day.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for showing up. I'll see you there. Okay, guys. Whoa. Why is this thing starting without me? Okay, let's not start without me. Okay, guys. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't put the picture of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. on my thing here. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave you guys with this song, and this is just to I hope you guys are inspired, to understand that this is not the end. This is not the end. You guys stay on it. You guys need to keep fighting. You guys are gonna change this if we keep going. Okay. So for everybody, this song is for you, the people who are coming after Kiser, and for the family of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. My condolences. I know it's another year of no justice for him, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't give up. Don't give up. We're not giving up. The people who are fighting are not going to give up. We're going to come hard, and we're going to see Michael Kiser come to justice. And this song is for all of you. I'll see you guys. Hopefully, you guys see me at Ruski's. And have a good morning and a good day. I'll see you guys around.
Like an unsung melody, the truth is waiting there for you to find it. It's not a blight but a remedy, a clear reminder of how it began. Deep inside your memory, turn away as you struggle to find it. You heard the call as you walked away, a voice of calm from within the silence, and for what seemed an eternity, you waited and hoping it would call out again. In the shadow beckoning, then your fears seem to keep you blinded, and you're gone as you walked away. When you think of this forsaken, listen to me now. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. In unforgivable tragedy, the answer isn't where you think you'd find it. Prepare yourself for a reckoning, for when your world seems to crumble again. Don't turn away. You're the one who can redefine it. Don't let hope become a memory. Let the shadow permeate your mind and reveal the thoughts that were tucked away, so that the door can be opened again. In your darkest memories lies the answer if you dare to find it. Don't let hope become a memory. When you think of this forsaken, listen to me now. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. Weakening, don't let another summer pariah consume your soul. You need strengthening, toughening. It takes a minute off to rekindle the fire burning in the air. Ignite the fire within the when you think of this forsaken, listen to me now. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. Don't ignore, listen to me now. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the light.